Hello, listeners. Welcome back to the Dream Stream, or welcome for the first time to the Dream Stream. I am a dream worker, Yiskah Koock, here with a fellow dream worker.
And I'm Ellen Ronis, the fellow dream worker to Yiskah Koock.
Yes, and I'm so interested in what your dream was. We were just talking pre-show about when you have a dream, but you can't quite remember it, but you wrote it down. Like, what import might that have for you? And and then you said it's an important dream. So I'm very interested to hear how it um is mirroring what you're going through in your life right now.
Yeah, well, the dream itself definitely has some significance, but yeah, just to kind of speak to the first comment you made, it's like the fact the point is if I didn't write this dream down in the middle of the night in a total like sleep stupor,
And this
I
was
would
last night?
this was just last night. I
Yeah.
would never have remembered it is really I think it's really the point, right? About like
Yeah,
we're talking
yes,
about really
right.
trying to work with our dreams and remember them. You kind of have to work it sometimes, including like, oh, I
Yes.
woke up in the middle of the night and it's like, oh, wow, that was an interesting dream. And I
But
was,
good for
I love it.
you,
Yeah. And I just
training
did
yourself to write it down just when you
it.
had it. Because that's the thing that I'm always like, oh, I'll remember something, a
Yes.
wisp of it, and good for you for
Yeah.
like waking yourself up to write it down. That in itself is really
Yeah.
quite awesome for
Yeah,
you.
thanks. And I don't always do that, of course,
I
but
know, I
when I
know.
do it, I think that I specifically did last night, and I specifically do sometimes because there's a lot going on in my life that I actually really need, like the spiritual guidance.
Yes.
And I think that sometimes it does come through a dream, whether it's coming from my own mind, my own self, or, spirit coming in and giving me a nudge or some
Some
information.
guidance.
Yeah, some
Our
guidance
dreams
to,
can
to get
guide
out.
us.
Yeah.
So good.
So, um,
So if I may first say, sorry, Ellen,
absolutely.
before you start, and this will be news to you too, because you tell it like a story, first person, present tense. So this will maybe bring it more alive to you
Mm.
again.
Okay, that's
Maybe
super
you'll remember,
interesting.
maybe
That's
you'll
actually,
remember something new.
yeah, that's actually particularly interesting in this dream, and you'll see why.
Okay.
Okay. Well, maybe you won't see why, but I'll tell you why once I.
Okay. Tell me after. Tell the dream only.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll just say it's not a first person dream. It's like somebody else, but I'll speak it in the present.
This is so interesting.
Excuse me. See if I can even read my own 2:30 in the morning handwriting. A guy is stressing out about how to advertise for his workshop, and he felt unhappy about how to advertise.
Guy.
He's thinking about a hybrid class. So he imagined opening a door, having a camera and opening a door, and behind the door were hundreds of people who were going to take his workshop. And he had this vision of taking a picture of all the people about to um, enter the room for his workshop, and that he was going to use that um, as part of his advertising, that photo. That's the dream.
Oh,
And
that's I'm
yeah,
still I'm thinking, what a great idea.
I know. Well, see, and that's okay. Yeah, so I have so much to say. So, um,
So I'll just leave you into the process and then you'll take off, please, and
great,
share what you're going through.
absolutely.
So what would you title the stream
Um, moving forward.
of it? And so I'm not sure if you'll do you remember how you felt at 4 o'clock in the morning when you woke up?
How I felt. Um, well, I kind of wondered. I guess I don't know the feeling. I was kind of wondering what this feels important, but I don't know what it means. Like this.
Okay, good. So
So I didn't necessarily have a, yeah, no, I think the feeling was a little angsty actually.
okay,
It was
uh-huh.
a little angsty. It was
And
like, oh
uh-huh.
God, like I hope this is an answer to my to my inner
Yes.
dilemma right now.
So Now we'll just do a reality check. So new listeners to the podcast don't really know what this workshop is that you've been working up to. So we've
Yes.
been talking about Ellen's process the past couple of podcasts, and in a nutshell, how can you? I'm always on you for giving your elevator speech.
Yeah. So I have been learning how, I've been learning how to create a course online and have actually created the course, and I'm in the process of getting ready to put it out in the world. And the course is called Cultivating Calm, using the arts and movement to relieve anxiety is the current iteration. It's changed iterations quite a few times, and
I love it.
it may
I
change
love
again, but that's what it is at the moment. And but I,
it.
every time it changes, I have like this deep questioning. Are these the people I really want to serve? Is this really where I want to put my energy? Like it 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 has to feel 100% right inside myself. Otherwise, it's going to be really hard for me to comfortably put it out in the world and to say, hey, I'm doing this and I love it and I'm excited about it and I'm excited to help you. And that's true, actually. And it's true. But there's something in my mind that always, it's probably a perfectionism kind of a thing where it comes in. And
Hiding behind altruism.
yeah, well, not
Just
hiding
kidding.
behind
And that was
altruism.
snarky. I'm sorry, but
Yeah,
um,
I don't think I'm hiding behind altruism. I think I'm
okay. Well,
hiding behind perfectionism for sure.
I think
Like it has to be
that's,
perfect before it can go out, when it's just not true. You have to
yeah,
just put it out, and it might not be perfect, and people
yes,
might judge you, and they might not like you, and they might not
right.
like what you're doing, or they might think you're not doing it right or good or whatever. But it's like, if I don't put it out there, I'm never going to know. I'm never going to get that
Yeah,
feedback. So anyway, that's the process that I've been on, and I think that this
beautiful.
dream
Yes,
is kind of saying something about all that,
yes.
but I'm not exactly sure.
So, and I should have worded what I just said as a projection. If it was my dream, I would think
Okay.
I was hiding behind
Yeah.
altruism, and only because what I heard the dreamer say was, "Do I want to be putting all this energy into helping these people?" And I just put the emphasis in my version of the dream on these people. But I feel like, don't we just want to help everyone who comes into our lives?
Well, we do, but
Don't we?
in the world, yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but in the world of marketing and business, this sort of new way of doing business online, because there's so much out there, there's so many things that come across everybody's email and everybody's desk, that there has to be some reason why a person would click on your thing, would
Yes,
say, oh, I need that, she's offering what I have. So there does
yes,
have to be real specificity in who you want to serve and who you want to work with. It can't, because
yes,
I could help everyone. I could help children, older people,
yes,
people with disability. Like, there's not a person I couldn't help. And it's the same in my body work. It's just like,
yes,
but when you focus, you actually get people who absolutely want what you have.
exactly.
And so it
If
is a little,
I, oh yeah, sorry to
no,
interrupt
no,
you.
that's fine.
I just want to say, but if it's my dream, I can't help any of these people that I just named. So, you know, clearly, because I'm not going through and doing it. I could help a certain population this time, and
Yeah.
then, oh, it didn't work out so well, doing movement with, with, I just learned I'm not supposed to say handicap. I just learned that from my friend Michelle on a walk yesterday. It's not politically
Disabled.
correct
Otherwise, I
anymore.
always say, yeah, otherwise abled.
Well, see, but then that's just bullshit. I mean, differently
Disabled.
able, sure. I mean, disabled, but
Well, what do you, yeah, I mean, what would
I
you like to
mean,
be called? Since you
handicap.
have
I thought that's what it was
handicap.
called. You know, I didn't know it was not PC, but as listeners know, I have MS. So, I am differently able. Thank you, Ellen. I like that one. I choose that one. So, so, and please now offer also your projections, because I think as a dreamer, as a dream worker, and as a very insightful person, that I would be interested to hear the parallels you see between the dream and the life
Yeah.
and the waking life.
Well, it's interesting that I'm sort of a guy in the dream.
Yes.
I'm saying, a guy, but
Yes.
it felt like me. It felt like, or I'm sort of standing next to him, or there was
Yeah.
I'm
Yes.
there,
Yes.
I'm very present, but it was like a guy. It
Yeah.
wasn't actually me, and that, it was somebody
Yeah. No,
else.
I hear you. Oh,
Why is
sure.
that? I don't know. I don't
We
know.
always do the Gestalt way of looking at dreams. We're every character in our dream. So maybe my projection in my version of the dream, I'm calling upon the male qualities in myself to bring this to the finish line.
Interesting. Ooh, okay, that registers totally in the right place for me. And I will say why. Because one of the things that I've been sort of struggling with a little bit in this process is that it feels very masculine. It's very forward focused, very pointed, very forward motion, very, linear in a certain way. Not the work itself that I will actually ultimately do with people on the workshop, but the way to get there. It's very structured. It's very particular. It feels very hard edged and very much. It does feel a little masculine in a way.
Yes.
And I think I've been struggling with that, like how I kind of go through life like that. Like I have to do it this way. If I don't, like there isn't like a softness sometimes in me about myself, about things in life.
Yes.
Like, so it is interesting. Maybe I'm being asked to look at it more from a feminine perspective.
Oh, that's interesting.
Which is the work that I'm doing is actually because
Yes.
it's very much about it's about embodying your energy. It's about getting out of your head, which is
Yes.
I think
Yes.
more of a
Yes. Yes.
masculine thing,
But
and
if
into your
it's, yeah,
body, which is more feminine.
I love that. It's the exact opposite of what I was thinking, which is so interesting to me. So my version of the dream, I'm being called upon to tap into my masculine, um, moving forward is what I call the dream. My masculine qualities, which we all have, both feminine and masculine, men,
Totally.
men
Absolutely.
and
And there's
women.
no good or bad, right? They're
Right. There's
both
no
very important
judgment.
and necessary.
Yin
Yes.
yang, we have it. So
Yeah.
maybe I'm just being called upon in my version of the stream to, like, okay, tap into, I've done so much of the feminine circling around and what feels right, and questioning, and now I'm being called upon to tap into my masculine side and move it to the finish line. you know, Quarterback has sent me the ball, I catch it, and now I have to
Yeah.
run, haul ass to the finish line,
Yeah,
and just
maybe.
offer it. Similarly, just having offered your movement class that I was honored to take, just offer it and then do the next thing. Everything
Yeah.
you learned, and it's going to be
Right. Right.
with you
It's
every.
in. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry.
No,
We
that's
love to interrupt each other. For those of you who don't know, Yiskah and I interrupt each other a lot.
you'll learn soon
We're
enough.
we're both so excited to say what we know and think and feel that we we talk over each other a lot. But we're working on that.
It's also a feminine way of communicating, because we know we'll get back to the topic we started with.
That's
That's
right.
why that's why marriage is so hard.
Yes.
Because he thinks
One of the
differently.
reasons.
That's one of the. Okay, please.
Yes, we'll get around to it. So yeah, I hear what you're saying. I think there's absolute validity and value in what you're sensing about it, because I think that's true also. I think both things are true.
Yeah, which is
There
so
is,
awesome.
and that's part of the program has been very much about keeping the momentum. Don't stress about this step. Just write
Yeah.
something down, get it good enough, and then take the next step. And because we would all do this, we would all iterate it to death and iterate it into the grave, where it never gets out into the world. So I think that there is something about just keep doing it, just do it, keep doing it, keep
Yeah.
moving forward. I agree. And what's interesting is in the dream, it's the guy is unhappy. He's unhappy about how to advertise. He's unhappy about, and that is the place where I am in waking life, feeling stuck. I'm not stuck, but I'm
Everything you're
feeling
saying,
stuck, right?
everything you're saying about that also rings true for me and for
Uh-huh.
the Dream Stream podcast.
Yes.
How do I promote it? How can we
Yes.
only have, 100 and something listeners? You know,
Right.
it's got to get out. So,
People don't know it exists, and that's the whole thing. And
right.
it's the same. It is the same. It's absolutely no different. I mean,
Okay.
there are even people in my training course that are podcasters, or they're authors,
Okay.
and they're they may. And so part of what they're doing is they're wanting to teach a course online so that they can get more listeners, or they can get more
Yeah.
traffic to their whatever
Yes.
they do. So
Yeah. Well, I love that. There's
maybe
like this
eventually. Mm,
whole way to communicate with way more people than we ever would have had without the internet. This is a very uncommon situation that we're
mhm.
in, having access to every
So much
country,
people.
to most
Yeah.
countries, to
Yeah,
most
which is
people.
amazing. It's
I know.
absolutely amazing because it is a way to actually reach more people, but not just, you can actually serve more people. I can
Yes,
help more people.
exactly.
And that, maybe altruistic, but it's true for me and
I
true for
love
many
it. I
other
love it.
people.
I
We
love it. I
want to
love it.
serve. We don't want to just be in our one little room serving one person and wondering, is this really making a difference? Well, yes, but I could make more of a difference maybe. And yes,
Yes.
of course, make more money. That I'm not
Oh,
gonna lie,
yeah.
we
Well,
all want that to be
sure.
part of it.
Want
Um,
this to become a career. So
yeah,
yes,
this is wanting
that
to become a new
also.
career for me,
And
absolutely.
and for me, I mean, I'm just sitting here watching the wheels turn round and round. It's
Yeah,
awesome to me that I could sit at my desk and we could talk about dreams and that it would be meaningful to people
mhm,
who are interested in this,
yeah, yeah, absolutely,
just
and
to reach those people.
yeah, and I think, yeah, we'll see what I learn, and we'll see how how we can maybe
Yes.
just, something that reaches more people. We'll see how that fits into the puzzle, but, just getting back to this. Um, okay, it says he was thinking about a hybrid class, which is also interesting to me on the waking life because I've been
Yes.
also thinking about something. It's almost like I'm on my next course in my head already, which is not useful really because
Not yet. Not
I
yet.
need to be full because it is the part of me that's like, oh my God, this isn't going to work, and all the self doubts that apparently many of us have at this
Absolutely.
stage of the game when something's
Absolutely.
brand new and you're just putting it out there. You're like, wait, I think I have something better. But I do think I have something, maybe not better, but something that's a better flow that comes out of myself as a massage therapist and a Pilates teacher and a yoga person and a body movement, physical exercise person,
Yes.
like wanting to do working with, women 50 plus, 55 plus, maybe,
Oh,
older
come
women.
on. Go down a couple of years.
Yeah, you got a couple years. You can't join.
No, come on.
Anyway, I have I have a thing in my mind about that and wanting to develop a system. And
Yeah.
I will do that because it feels
Yeah.
exciting, sort of fun and
It's,
almost easy for me because, and
yeah.
I also, the thing about
Yes.
that is I already have people interested because all my
Yes.
clients that I have now, my bodywork clients are all a
Yes.
little older and they're like, oh my God, that sounds great. And they like me, they trust me, they know
Yeah.
I'm
Yes.
knowledgeable and I could do that.
Yes. Yes.
Thing that I'm
Well,
doing now has no following. It's a brand
so
new.
so I hear you, I see you, and I'm with you, and I see that you know, ADHD is kind of
Yeah, is
running
kicking
the
in.
show right now.
Totally. Yeah, what can I distract myself with? Yeah. Yes, and
Sure. Yes. And
this dream said something about a hybrid class, and I'm like,
so,
that's
yeah,
interesting.
what would that look like?
Yeah, what would that look like?
Oh,
So it's not for
oh, I
now.
feel what that would look like.
Hmm.
If it was my dream, I would feel like it's working with the women that I already work with, some of the time in person and some of the time online.
Oh, it could be that type of hybrid too, right?
Right?
Part in person and part online. Yeah,
What
definitely could.
other what other type could it be?
Hybrid in terms of the things that I pull into the actual workshop, like
Okay, awesome.
um yeah, I don't know what that would exactly look like. Um,
Yes,
but hybrid, yeah.
yes.
And something about that opening the door, it's like, it reminds me of one of these Tony Robbins workshops, which I never ever took, but I know about because he's quite famous, in the world of, self, whatever, live your best life and marketing and stuff. He's like the guru. He's like the ultimate guru.
Okay.
Around
Okay.
for a really long time. And he has these workshops that have like 1 million people, but they're in person. And for some reason, it reminds me of that, where there's all these people coming in to do this workshop, and you open the door and they're all just like ready to run into the room, And so maybe that was
Love
just,
that image.
yeah, in the world of the desire that I have for so many people to be interested in,
Really.
class. So I don't
And
know.
I love where you're coming from though, Ellen, because you're truly coming from your heart. How can I help people?
Mm.
What can because I have, we've talked about this a lot, like a quote attributed to Pablo Picasso. Your purpose in life is to find, what did he say? What you love, your strength, your talent, and the meaning of life is to give it away.
Mm.
So yeah, that's something like I'm misquoting a quote that I don't even know I've attributed correctly.
I
But
don't know either, but yeah.
but do you see? So we have to just find what we love, what we're good at, what we can offer, and then we have to offer it.
Yes.
So
Yes. Well,
yeah,
and that exactly. And I think that, my whole life as a massage therapist, I have been doing that.
I
I
know you have.
absolutely feel like that was the right, fit.
Yes.
And now I'm having to find a new fit, and that's still happening. That work is very much still happening, in the transition, and maybe it'll never go away completely because I do love it. But
Yes.
also wanting to find different aspects of myself to, put into the world.
Yeah, hybrid.
Yeah, I mean, and yeah.
Sorry, two squirrels are chasing each other up the tree in my
Aw.
garden.
I had a fox run in front of my car the other day.
Oh, I would take that as a very good sign.
Silver fox. I know, it was so,
Silver fox, even more so.
yeah. And
Yeah,
that was like 2 minutes after like a family of deer almost, came, to the side of the road. I was like, what is, I'm like, an
yeah.
animal in here.
So yeah,
Yeah.
the deer came to like arouse my arousal, and then the silver fox. So in the medicine cards written by David Carson of the Choctaw Native tradition, fox is about family.
Hmm.
It's like, I think that he calls it camouflage, but it's really about your family. So that's a wonderful card to draw. But it's red in the cards, a wonderful card to draw before traveling,
Hmm.
with your family or whatever. And but a silver fox makes me think more in the relationship zone.
Hmm. Okay. I will take it.
So I also had a dream, but I don't want to go into it because it's already been over half an hour, has it?
Yeah, I actually do have to jump off, but
Yeah, and
I
I'd like
mean,
to.
I would love to give you an opportunity to share.
Well, I could even just share it with you
Okay.
if you have time on your, busyness. Call me, and I will love to share the dream. It seemed very familiar and pedestrian, and but because of that, I think it probably has a lot of things that are gonna be pretty deep for me.
Uh-huh. Okay, right. It sounds like it might be something that would take too much time if we did it now.
Yeah, I'll
Um,
just say one of the most potent symbols for me is I'm visiting someone and I have 3 suitcases. And then anytime I dream about luggage, I have a lot of packing dreams, and I don't travel so much anymore, I have a lot of packing dreams. So it makes me think. And then on the way home, I think I only needed, oh, that's interesting. I think I only needed 2 of the bags, or perhaps I couldn't find the third bag, which is a different thing altogether. But I knew I came with 3 bags, and I don't think I was leaving with 3. It's kind of cool. Instead of like collecting garbage, not
yeah,
garbage,
letting
but
go. Right.
stuff. I think I let go of.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah,
Thank
but
you.
it's so, my quick interpretation, my projection is that you
Yes.
have to go somewhere to let it go. Like it's hard to let it go if you just are right here in the
Okay.
same environment. So there might be something about going somewhere else, having a different perspective, and being able to then let go of some of the baggage.
Yeah. And that's interesting that you say that because it was visiting my sister's house, and that was the last place I went.
Hmm.
I'd love to go somewhere.
Hmm.
Can't
Yes.
imagine how much I'd love to go
I
somewhere.
can imagine. It's been a while for me too, but I imagine, yeah, different
Yeah.
circumstances for you.
Well, anyway, this was wonderful to talk with
Mhm.
you. And thank you for sharing that with us because
Thank
I
you.
think a lot of people can relate to what you're saying,
Yeah, thanks.
including,
Thanks for providing the space and the holding for this process that I'm in
yeah,
through the world of dreaming, or as it shows up in the world of dreaming.
yes, yes. Oh
Um,
no, don't start thinking about including that into the workshops next.
Say that again.
Don't start thinking about including that love of dreaming and dream work into the workshops next. I'm sorry, that was just like a jokey, snarky thing.
Oh,
Because if I'm the person planning, I'm thinking, oh, I love this, I'll do this, and oh, I love art, and I'll do this, and movement, and this, and I'm joking, like that dream work may pull you
oh, I see.
towards
In other
incorporating
words,
that.
don't let that pull you off the track. And yeah,
Exactly, exactly.
gotcha.
Thank you for
No,
saying it
no,
so
I
much
think
more
I
eloquently.
well, I feel very satisfied with this as a place where I put the dream work, so I don't need to.
Oh,
I don't,
okay.
although I did do that dream dance the dream workshop, but it
Yeah,
didn't quite work as a dream thing. People
yeah.
didn't necessarily
But
bring
as a
dreams.
title, that was
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. I mean, that was the intention, is to have people bring dreams and dance the dream, move the
Yes,
dream through, which I
I
have
love
done
that.
before, and it's very fun and very meaningful.
Helpful.
But anyway,
Yes.
that didn't turn out that way, but that's okay. Um, yeah, no, it's definitely not going to distract me from not this course anyway.
Yes. Well, I'm just joshing with you here and there, and please
I
don't
know.
take any
No,
offense.
I get it. One of the things about people who have ADHD, generally speaking, is we really love to like play with ourselves in that way. Like
Yes,
it's really fun. It's a really,
yes,
I mean, it can be excruciating sometimes in the
yes,
way the brain works differently.
yes.
But once you know that, it's actually kind of there's a brilliance to it. I think I've said that before, and it's really fun. And people who have
And I see
ADHD are
it. I
often
see
really
that
fun and funny
brilliance.
and lively and quick, and they have a
Yes.
lot to say and they know a lot, and it's a lot of fun. So we poke fun at ourselves
Yeah.
easily and readily.
Well, that's awesome. You have a great attitude, and um, I'm very excited when you get this workshop going. And please save me a slot
Okay.
if
All
it's
right.
online,
Yeah.
or maybe I'll travel there.
Yeah, no, it's all online, 100%.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, 100% online. So far, maybe there'll be things I do in person, but
Yes.
all
So
right.
let's say
Yeah.
goodbye.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Wonderful to be
joining
here.
us, dreamers, and Holamud Metukim.
Have meaningful dreams, everyone, and come visit us and tell us about it.
And subscribe
And subscribe.
and share. Okay.
Subscribe and share. Yes, please. If this is a meaningful experience for you, please pass on the love.
Hey.
Hey,
Ciao, Bella.
hey.